Hello, we're here. Pocky and Rocky with Becky.
Becky is here too.
One second, we'll go ahead and pull that up. So, we've had a couple of developments, but our time is pretty tight in this game. Yeah. A Moonbear's got it with 11:15.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I know enough about what's going on with the game to know whether or not we're going to see any huge time saves coming. But it really seems like it's been optimized.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a minute or two lower than was last week, and they're struggling to beat it. I see a lot of competition in the 11-minute mark, and Eric's had 11:17. I think he said. I saw that one a little bit ago. That's why I was not sure what the world record was. There always seems like there's some contention right before we start. Somebody always seems to be stealing it right at the end of the showtime.
This one's not the case. Yesterday, this was set at 11:15. Eric's today, I guess this morning, early hours this morning, last night at midnight, set at 11:17. So there's still
really
competition.
close.
I think we're going to see it moving around, but I really doubt we're going to see it drop to we're not going to see another minute come off of this at this point.
These are very good runs. So
yeah,
let's go ahead and watch Moonberry play here. I'm ready for that.
We did learn a little bit about some of these mechanics last time around. So we had talked about how bosses actually get easier if you die during or before them, I think.
Yeah, that's weird.
So yeah, it's a very strange mechanic. So I haven't seen the latest runs. I don't know exactly what the current route is, but I expect that there's a few strategic deaths here and there.
I see Becky. So that's interesting. Right out the gate, that character choice matters. I wonder why it's Becky. I thought Pocky would be the one, based on what I was seeing last time. Let's shrink this down a bit. There you go. How's that?
Perfect. It fits perfectly inside the box.
We don't use boxes. Also, September is here, just so you know.
That's great news.
Yeah. Think about it. Okay, so this is, if you haven't seen this game last week, it is a shmup. Pocky and Rocky is a action kind of shmup. This one's more regular shmup. It's a run and gun kind of thing. But it's just one hit in the Japanese version and 2 hits in this, so it's definitely a shmup in the sense that you just can't take damage. You need to dodge all of that.
It's a strange blend of kind of beat 'em up hack and slash feeling game plus shoot 'em up. So I think the original game is a lot more varied in the gameplay. It doesn't feel like it's just one thing, but this one's very classic, I guess.
Yeah, this one is definitely simpler. I was kind of drawn to it for that. After we had a complicated mistake with the N64 game not running, I thought we'd just do a basic old game, and this was a pretty good choice, I think, for that. But we do seem to have it down. Unless we learn something new. We're seeing a pretty tight run, so I've learned that they don't really want to deal with enemies in this running section, the stage itself, which is honestly the big part of Pocky and Rocky, the other games, is the stage, not the boss so much. So in this one, you just kind of ram forward and win with the fan. It kills everything in one hit. And then you do a boss fight where we need to track when they die here. It's almost assuredly intentional if they take a death somewhere, because it does lower the boss health substantially.
They were talking about how this is probably the game we've had so far that has the heaviest swing in terms of drop RNG. So it seems like certain drops, I think specifically the purple ones, are just pure time save, and they're completely random, not manipulatable.
Oh yeah,
so
that's something we're gonna run into at some point.
I mean, we're going to run into that with a lot of games, but it sounds like this has been the worst one for it. The perfect run is going to be built on the back of just a volume of attempts. So.
Chapter 3. So, I did do this game in full in 40 minutes. So I think that's the upper time. If you're looking to get in on this still, we are only half done. 2 weeks left. I know Tenmar was talking about taking shots at it, and they were having trouble getting under. I mean, this is a really good run. These players are really good at this, so I can see why they were struggling to beat 11 minutes. But
that said, the time got pretty low within a week. So if you're interested in taking a crack at this, you know, we give out prizes for first through third place. So yeah, even if you don't want to put out the volume of runs you might feel like you need to get first place, you could still get in the top 3. And it sounds like a week of attempts, you know, putting in a little bit of attempt, you know, a few days a week for a week would probably get you pretty close.
Oh, they took a hit on the skeleton here, trying to... Oh, I don't think that death was meant to happen. That's weird.
That is strange.
Is Moonberry rewinding? I think they're gonna do a new take. Maybe this is clipped wrong. Hold on.
Yeah, it might have just been highlighted incorrectly.
How long is this video? Yeah, I guess we need to jump ahead to the next run. That's what we need to do. We're starting fresh, folks. Yeah, it's a short run, so I don't mind.
It's 11:30. It's okay.
It's a really short run. We've done runs that are like 40 minutes long. Yeah, that was a teaser. I mean, are they gonna pick Becky again, or are they gonna do the exact same strategy again? And it looks like that is the way it's going. I'm sure there's a good reason why it's Becky.
Moonberry in chat. Oh, what? As if Moonberry wasn't vying for more screen time.
Yeah, I see how it is. Trying to make me the fool.
I can't tell you the number of times I've done exactly that, highlighting some PB and it has like a half garbage run before it. I gotta teach y'all in the speed bump community the tricks to making sure you always highlight only the correct run. I've got the secrets for you. This game is really cool though. I mean, I think... So, you know, if it had been me picking the game, I think I would have been drawn to the original Super Nintendo one because it's got a lot more variability. But I think the danger with that one is that it's already pretty optimized, which we do try to stick to games that haven't gotten as much attention. That's one of the points of this show that we do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that this game is like the perfect mix of having all of the best elements of the Super Nintendo games. It's missing some of the cool stuff in the stages themselves, but by virtue of it being simple and Game Boy Advance, it hasn't seen quite the love that it deserves. So I'm glad that Speed Bump is hammering down the times on it.
Yeah, I mean, I fully expect the new Pocky and Rocky to be hit real hard when it comes out by speedrunning, and I'm sure it's going to be the SNES version style of gameplay too. So if you like this game, there's more of it, and there's more coming. But Becky won't be in it. Sorry. No Becky. One-time guest. It's interesting to see how Americanized the box art is on this too. It's one of those games. We don't know what any of this stuff is.
If you're interested in getting in on this game and you maybe don't want to hammer out times to try to get to the top 3 just by the end of the month, don't forget that next week we are doing another race. So we're looking for as many people as possible. If it's your first run, you can probably get it done in certainly under an hour.
Mm-hmm. I did. It's not an easy game, but if you're familiar with this kind of game, you'll probably beat it in 30 minutes. I mean, it's not that long, and it's not that hard, and you have as many continues as you want, too.
Yeah, it probably would have taken me an hour. Shmups are just not my skill set.
It's a pretty mean one in terms of the health that it gives you, because, like I said, the Japanese version was 1 hit, which is 1. So they went in thinking that that's what players should be doing, is dodging perfectly. And then they gave us 1 bonus health in this version, so definitely not an easy game, mostly because of that. Like, if you had 3 hits, this would be a joke, I think. Swooping through. You do get healed between rounds, and you do keep your power up as long as you don't die. And I think that's where the RNG probably comes in, is if they want to take a death, they can't guarantee they'll get the power up back they want, right? Is that what it
Right.
hurts?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, is that if you do take the death, I think your power-ups reset, so there's a cost associated.
I've always thought about that kind of thing with like the Mega Man world records and stuff. Like, they damage boost a lot in that kind of game, so what if they got a nice energy drop that they don't usually get that fills them to full health when they need it? That kind of RNG is hard to deal with. It's not that kind of RNG in this, it's weapons, but yeah, I did notice that if it kind of locks in a weapon on a new life, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's this weapon's what you're gonna get. There's usually one right outside the boss door, and that's what you got, whatever that is. And some of them make you weaker. The range plus one makes you straight up do less damage. So you might just you might get nothing. But there is still time to do this, and we're also definitely interested in racers who want to join in for next week. Big race. We'd love to see it.
Yeah, we love our usual crowd, and we hope that everyone is able to make it out for the race, but we'd love to see some new faces too. It's always fun when new people participate, and we've definitely had some people who showed up for a race, found it fun, and started showing up in future weeks, so.
That is a very intentional death, I think. They grabbed the key and then died right there. I gotta think that that's on purpose. So grabbing the key, as far as I understand it, also increases the boss health. And I wonder if dying resets that. I don't think it does. But maybe it does. But certainly your number of lives has an effect of some kind.
Right. Yeah, I think someone was saying that your score affects the boss and your life count affects the boss.
That's incredible. How well translated do you think this dialogue is? Do you think that's the original taunt? I am very cold. Is that what it says?
Brr, chilly. That one seems spot on, though.
I grabbed that cat before I started because he was tearing shit up, and he is left, and he is tearing shit up again off screen. I can't do it. I can't stop him.
You have no power here.
I don't.
Does your cat specifically wait till you're live so that... I mean, has your cat learned that you won't be able to really stop them?
I think so. He likes to sit in the dark and make noise. He has a noise that he makes when he wants to play, and he just does that at 3 a.m. Like all cats.
Sure.
Down here's the key. There is an item that gives invulnerability. I noticed that it doesn't seem to be a part of things, but I figure that's because you can't use it on the boss. And these stages are extremely easy for Pocky and Rocky. This is where the game's really nice to you. This is not a threat at all. These things drop power-ups sometimes. I think the orbs do, if you kill them all. That's one way to get power-ups, but...
Right.
These stages, compared to what I'm used to seeing in Pocky and Rocky, like riding a raft with a second player who can knock you off the raft when they move, and it is a mess compared to what we're dealing with here, which is just walking forward and getting to that boss fight.
Yeah, in the original one, you would dash out of the way of attacks, but if you dashed into your friend, it just... it was pure chaos.
It turned them into a weapon that they didn't want to be.
Yeah. I believe the 2-player speedrun for that game actually takes advantage of that. Like, intentionally dashes into your partner to use them as a weapon.
I can see it. I mean,
which I always thought that was like the coolest technique.
It's not a bad weapon.
Now, someone in chat can remind me, I've been trying to keep an eye on the Speed Bump channel, but I believe some research was done to see if you could actually engage the boss fights without getting the key, just because of the benefit of not having the key since it counts toward your rank. But I seem to recall someone posting a video showing them hacking their way into the boss arena without the key, and the fight just didn't start. So it seems like that's maybe not a viable direction of research.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, the bombs, I don't know that the bombs are worth using ever. Unfortunately, like, I don't think they're good against the boss, or even maybe even usable against the boss. I don't think they're usable against the boss. And on the stage, you sure don't need them, because everything that's damaged here, except for maybe that I've seen so far, has been intentional. I don't think they meant to get hit there, but as long as they don't get hit again, they'll be alright. Smart boy. Love the way their health just melts. I've learned that this fireball is better, at least in my measurement, than the default attack, but not by a tremendous amount.
Yeah, I think its purported ability is to be able to pierce enemies, like it'll attack multiples, but I guess it has a damage up.
Yeah. Love the password with two, not one, but two different music notes in it. Just make sure it's as complex as it can be. It's not even English anymore. We're bringing in music notes and symbols. Doing everything we can.
It had a spade in there, so there's card suits, and
you have to win a game of Uno to play this password.
And it's like 10 characters long for a game that has, 6 stages. I think someone said that it also stores like your power-up information and some other information in the password as well, so I guess it makes sense why the passwords are so complicated, but oofta.
Time for the boss. They're at 0 lives again, I think. No power-up. Their default power-up, I don't think there's one around. I think there is one in the stage, just one, and I think it's further back. But I think they're doing just fine with this. It's really marginal, as far as I can tell. Like, the best one seems to be a pretty sizable increase, but not... I mean, they're doing so well here. It's
so hard to tell with a game like this. I mean, there seem to be small errors in the run that still could yield more time saving, but I don't for certain know which of those are errors and which are intentional.
Here we see a boss that is only a hitbox on the head of the snake here. The Hydra's dead already. That's it.
That's it.
I'm complete. 11:15. Here comes Pocky and Rocky. Weren't doing nothing. All Becky. Becky saves the world. Pocky and Rocky steal the credit. Write her name in little cursive underneath theirs, real quick.
That's an amazing run. It was actually behind at Smart Boy, but gained 15 seconds in the last stage.
Yeah. I mean, I can look at that and tell you there's still time to save. If I saw a run like that and we were looking for speed bump games, I would think about... like, that's the kind of clock I would look at. But this one's so tight now. This is a really good run.
Yeah, this is a little bit about how the sausage is made, but sometimes when we're looking at runs, you can tell just by looking at splits whether or not there's more time to be saved. And
yeah, there is definitely time to be saved there, but we're talking a matter of seconds now. I think we're pretty tight on this, based just on the second split. Their sum of best is 20 seconds faster, I think.
Right.
Which would get them under 11 minutes. Barely. Just barely. So I wonder if that will happen before this week's up. We have a race.
It'd be cool to see. Yep.
We have a race next week. I would love to see you there, folks. We have room for 8 easy. I could do more, but 8 would be ideal.
Yeah, we have our normal crew, so I kind of expect that about 4 will come out, but let's try to fill up a whole nother screen. Let's
yeah.
Even if you've never done a speedrun before, even if you've never done anything like this before, pretty easy to set up a Twitch account and go live and share your gameplay. We'll show you off.
Yeah, we're not doing anything fancy. We're doing what most broadcasters do. Like, Arcade Pit has its own more complicated setup, but what I'm doing for this show is just having you broadcast Twitch and I pull it, so just put the game on your screen. That's all you gotta do. And you can join our race. Just be ready to go. It's fun, and I would love to see your name up there.
Yep.
Thanks for joining me, All the Blues. How do you think it's coming?
For sure. I think it's coming along well. I'm really hoping we see sub 11 by the end. That's my personal hope.
I'm wondering if Becky is indeed the best choice or not. I just don't know why. I'll have to look that up. I need to read.
Smite, defend your own money. Get the sub 11.
With Pocky.
Yeah, with Pocky.
I know Rocky sucks. I saw that. Well, I'm gonna be doing about the Crash Bandicoot's 4 demo here.
I've heard that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that right now.
People were enjoying it. I hope you have fun. Everyone watch. See you later.
See ya. Stick around, folks. I'm gonna switch right over to that.